Hi guys. Sorry to be looking like yesterday, but this is what you get today. So I come on here not to talk about Lime Life or my books or to encourage others. Well, maybe this video will encourage others. But it's to tell you guys a little bit about myself. And I'm going to try to keep it as short and sweet as possible. But bear with me if it runs long. So, a lot of people get the perception of me as this bubbly, strong, outgoing, independent person. And I am now, but I wasn't always this person. I was more shy and depressed a lot. I dealt with depression. I still go through it to this day, but not as bad as I used to growing up. I struggle with CP. For those of you that don't know what CP is, it's cerebral palsy, and the best definition I can give for that is effect of the muscles. Mine is spastic CP. It's the cause of why my hand is the way it is. But I've always been the type to try and beat my odds, even when multiple reasons give you a reason to say, no, you can't do this. I try to give a reason as to yes of why we can. But before I got to this point, I didn't think I was good enough. I really didn't think I was pretty enough. I struggled with that till I was almost 21 years old, maybe 18 to 21. I struggled with either not feeling good enough or not feeling pretty enough. And we all go through those insecurities when you go through relationships or even friendships. Not being able to fit in or not being half of something, and you want to be whole to somebody else, or you want to just fit in. I struggled with that all the time. My biggest breaking point in my life was, for those of you that don't know, was my biggest breaking point in turmoil point was when I lost my mother and my father. No, they didn't go at the same time, but they went like 2 years apart from each other. And that was the worst time in my life, because it felt like it took something from me. I felt as though my mother was always my best friend. And my father, he was my peace. He would give me the correct words to say versus to what I wanted to say. As he would always tell me, mind my business and mind my mouth. Which I've been trying to maintain both those things for a while since that's been told. And my mother, she knew basically everything about me. Both of my parents believed that I could be a professional talker one day, and that will be my ultimate job. But in actuality, writing became my outlet for a while with everything that I was going through, and it even helped me with my depression. But I'm guessing through those hard hits in life, my writing kind of fell back to the back burner, of which I expressed that to my grandmother, Nana, that I call her. She said, I hope you didn't stop. And I told her that I did stop writing for a while. I just don't, I told her, I said, I don't have the full on passion the way that I should have for it. And I guess it's because I've been dealing with myself for a while since my father's passing. But with all things, it takes time to change. I'm not saying that I give up on my writing, because writing for me, especially during my times of depression, was a form of expression for me. It helped me get out what I physically could not say. So I use it in writing. My grandmother prays that I go back to it because she's looking forward to my third book, along with my nieces and my nephew. But it'll get there in its own time. For me, for a while, I wouldn't say disability, I would say disadvantage. I would always never let my disability define who I was or who I was going to become. But did I have my off days with it? Naturally. Because I would always be sad about certain things that I couldn't do, that I can say normal kids would be able to do, but because of my supportive family and friends, they never wanted me to take the easy way out. They wanted me to strive for my best through what is given to me. And I didn't understand that for a while, because everything seemed harder for me. But with time, you gain ways to let things work for you in the best way you know how. And I'm so thankful that I was blessed with the family that I do have and the friends that I do have, because they never let me quit. And that's what I've grown to realize, that my purpose is to, while I'm going through my own struggles, always find a way to make others feel better and to know that they can do above and beyond anything anybody else can do. And that's what I was talking to my physical therapist about. Now, looking forward, I don't look forward to walking. I leave that decision up to God. I look forward to maintaining my health and my strength, because I have little ones looking up to me to continue my fight. And fight for me, I did not have at all. The strong person that y'all see, this person that y'all say inspires you, I didn't have any of that at all. But it took time, it took growth, and it took me finally understanding myself and who I really wanted to be. And that's all it takes, is trying. So now I don't believe in the word I can't, because everything that I have now, I had to fight for. And if it wasn't for my family and my friends, I wouldn't have done that. I miss my father and my mother so much, because I feel like they were my biggest supporters. Yes, my mother was overly protective of me, but that's just who she was. She wanted me to always be careful, but fight for my dream, or whatever that dream is, no matter what. My great-grandmother the reason that I'm into early childhood education now and everything as a whole was because of my great grandmother, plus my godmother. My godmother told me when I was 15 or 14 that I had the potential to be a teacher. She would tell my mother that all the time. And my great grandmother would call me her little teacher. Have I finished school yet? So I pushed for her. Like I said, my biggest accomplishments that I have made in my life to make both my parents proud was to have a standing ovation for when I finished not just high school, but when I finished college. To see all of my teachers stand up for me amongst the audience and take a bow, it will always mean the world to me, because that means despite everything I went through, I made it to that light that everybody says that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I made it to that light. And of course, my books. My books mean a lot to me now versus to when I first did them. Because when I first did them, I was just doing it in honor of my mother. I really didn't feel that I did it for me, because I didn't want people to. The first book describes who I am, and my mother knew that I didn't want people nosediving into how I really felt. But after she passed, I knew that that was something that I had to do. So I pushed through my emotions at the time, and I just did it. And to see the look on my father's face, and my uncle, and of course my nana, and the people that could not be there during those book signings, to feel that embrace knows that I have arrived. I know who I am now. I know who I want. What I want. Sorry, guys. I know what I want. I know who I am. And for those of you that don't believe that depression is real, coming from me and the experience that I've been through, it's real, and people do need your help and support in dealing with it. Like I said, I deal with it not as heavy as I used to, but I deal with it still to this day. But I don't let it beat me. Like I said before, I don't let my disability define me. Whatever God has for me, it's going to be for me. No one can take that away. But I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know a little bit about me and who I am and what I strive to do. Because I strive to do everything down to the impossible, because that's just how I was raised. And like I said, my little ones, my nieces and my nephews, they mean the world to me. I fight my strongest, not just for myself, but for them. Because I never thought, for one, that you could love a little human being as much as I do them. And I never thought in a million years I would be an auntie. But I am, and they enjoy calling Titi 24/7. But there's no better feeling to know that you made a difference in somebody's life, and to know that you matter in this world. And it took me forever to realize that. But I overcame CP, I overcame depression, and I got through. I'm not going to say I overcame it, but I got through the death of my great-grandmother, the death of my grandfather, the death of my mother, and the death of my father. I got through them. Not saying that some days don't hit me hard, because they do. But I know that with every success that I make, makes them smile above. And I know that they wouldn't want me to quit. So with each day, I pick up my strength more. That's why I continue to try to promote my books. I continue to try to promote what I'm doing now, which is my makeup, my Lime Life. I continue to try encouraging people, and I continue my therapy sessions, or I try to post videos of my therapy sessions to let people know nothing is too big, especially for God. Like I said in other videos that I post on my YouTube, I'm not a honk if you love Jesus, but I always have to keep in mind what he can do and what I initially got saved for back in 2016 of August. I got saved for not just honoring my mother, but I got saved in amends to God, if that makes any sense. So as long as I know he's behind me, there's nothing I can't achieve or overcome. Everything with success, everything in life takes time. Life is short. Love more. Love who loves you. Correction. Forgive more. Because you never know. You never know. So try to be as uplifting and humble as you can. A lot has changed me, but I can't be more prouder of who I am today versus to who I was. I understand the meaning of I'm glad I don't look like what I've been through. But thank you guys for listening. Bye.